biggest mistake a person can make is to live life alone. Are you going to look back when you're 70 and think, I'm pleased I spent all that time alone, isolated, stressed, or I'm buzzing that I went on that trip with everyone around me, we were laughing, we were making mistakes, we tried that business, we tested that, I went there. We're told that life's a single player game. It's a pathway to misery. We're heading to Kenya for the introduction of mine and Stacey, my fiance's families. Jacob, my business partner, and his girlfriend Amy is coming. And Jacob here is really making the most of it as well. So I'm here committing, cutting off other options to one woman, Stacey, a beautiful lady who's been by my side since when I started the business. And now we're bringing our families together in Kenya, her home country, do a sort of traditional wedding. Heading now to Masai Mara, and we are on a little jet, and it's going to be about 45 minutes until we get there, and we are ready to relax for the next couple of days. It's 6 a.m. here, and it's a crisp morning, and we're getting ready to go on our first game out. It's so beautiful, it's so fresh. And now being out here in the savannah, away from the city in Dubai, it's really sparked different conversations. I love the city, I love the energy, I love the drive. I think that I live in the city for many more years to come, especially as I go into this next chapter of my life. But being away in nature, there's something really profound about that. So this opportunity to step back, reflect, is super powerful. I want more, but the life that we've built now within a year and a half, 2 years, is what I could never even imagine having as a kid. Like, to be able to go on safaris, live in beautiful places, travel very luxurious, you know, have multiple weddings and not have to save for them, you know, to be able to earn. I know you must say my wives. I know, yeah. It's so easy to think that having a relationship is going to be a distraction or diversion. From a time perspective, yeah, you are going to have to invest in a relationship, but you're going to waste a lot more time doing stupid stuff, watching Netflix or chasing girls, rather than having and building a really good relationship. When we met in London, Stacey just won a big beauty pageant and was a model.
You have been seeing her face on the papers, and of course we celebrate her achievements so far. Her name is Stacey Michuki, and she is the current Miss Universe Kenya, crowned in 2019.
And I was setting up my new business. Her career was exploding, and I was taking a step back to take a step forward. And if I'd have been driven by ego and insecurity and felt self-conscious about that, I could have completely sabotaged the relationship. Relationships are definitely nothing to be fearful of. There's something to be excited about, but make sure you choose the right person, because the wrong one can be hell. This engagement, I've been involved in absolutely nothing. Stacey has sorted everything out. My duty is to pay the bills for it. And I like that role within the relationship, because I don't want to go around talking about what colour flowers or who's sitting on what table. I don't give a shit. What I do care about is making sure the event is provided for, the right people are there, and I can pay for the event, right? That's my role. And Stacey loves doing that stuff. And that level of honesty and authenticity going into a relationship is probably going to build a lot stronger foundations than you pretending to give a shit about like what colour cushions you're going to get in the house. Sitting here and just got a moment to reflect, everyone's running late. I feel more aligned than ever before, even though everyone else seems really stressed and overwhelmed. But I've been preparing this for at least 3 years with Stacey, and building a family and a successful life by design has been on my vision board for the last 3 years. I wanted to share this moment because it was interesting to me that I don't feel stressed, I don't feel panicked, because I've done the preparation, I've done the work to get here. It's very similar in building a business. Once you decide, dedicate, and do the work, those big, hairy, audacious goals that you set, they come a lot quicker than what you're expecting if you continue to do the right input. And I see just people going through life in business and in personal side absolutely crippled with self-conscious, like fear, self-doubt, questioning themselves, is this the right decision? And you're never going to know if things are going to be the right decision, and you can actually make decisions that are directionally correct and the outcome can still not be exactly where you want to be. But does that mean we shouldn't make the decision? Absolutely not. In reality, the only way that you are going to get there, or you're going to know, is if you do the input to get there. And then when those days arrive and you've been doing the input and you are aligned, those days feel very free, feel very good. We are in full control of the outcome to get there. My girlfriend's stepfather is a high-ranking politician and businessman. And he's given us some worldly advice that we've seemed to completely forget about. He's advised my wife that she must comply and that I must provide. And this startles most people, but Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest thinkers of all time and one of the most powerful men in the world, writes in Meditation, one of my favorite books, "I'm thankful for a wife who is obedient and children who are not deformed." And these timeless truths, the Stoic philosophy, is what the foundations of Western world is built on. Yet when someone says something like this now, it's shocking. And this, to me, this living in reality, even if that's not right for you, but the reality, the honesty, the authenticity, that's something that's beautiful. At least to my new wife, Stacey, your beauty is radiant. I could climb the Himalayan mountains. The biggest mistake that you can make in a relationship is trying to change someone else. And the major root cause is that often we're just not happy with ourselves, so we try to take from someone else and change them to make us feel happy. And a life without commitment, yeah, it can seem exciting, you know, the Dan Bilzerian lifestyle, the girls, the yachts and stuff like that, but yeah, it's kind of fun for a teenager. But if you want to build a real fulfilling life, I built a business, I got financial independence, I looked after myself, I had a family. You are who you surround yourself with the most, right? And it's so easy just to go through life and not be intentional about the relationships that we keep, or feel like we need to stay in relationships with people maybe who we went to school or college with, or just people who live close to us. But if you're not intentional about who you want in your life, how you want your life to be, how you can nurture and develop relationships, at the start there can be maybe a discomfort when you start to break away from the norm and what everyone else is doing. So I wanted to share that, and also to challenge you and to continue challenge myself, because if I put this out here, I've got to live by it as well, to continue to be intentional with relationships and really look at who is your team around you, and are those the people who do have your back and are inspiring you, are taking you to the next level, or are them the people that are trying to drag you down because they see you going to new heights that's making them feel uncomfortable. Well, that's 2 weeks in paradise with my favorite people, over 50k blasted on a vacation, and now we're ready to head back to Dubai to make some money and have a great end to 2024. I told God I'll be back in a second. Man, it's so hard.